Hey guys, welcome back to Holistic Homesteading with the Hearsts. I'm Megan. It is a busy week. I feel like I'm starting to get back to normal after having a baby. He will be a month old tomorrow. And my house is a disaster. I have a full list of things to do for this week. And the first thing that's going to happen is I have to clean up my house. So we had a little moment of a date time yesterday. The older kids were with a friend, and so I just decided not to do anything. We just kind of lounged around and watched a movie, and it was nice. But that means today I've got to really pick up. So that's going to be the first thing on today's agenda, and then we'll catch up later. Since getting back to my previous life, I guess, not being pregnant, I feel like I have picked up on everything and gotten back into a good routine, except for cleaning. And I'm trying. We are hopefully having a new addition put on next year, and I'm hoping that that can help us as we organize things. But I have been going through all of our seasonal clothes, getting them put away that are not for the winter and fall, and then I'm also like trying to figure out how or what clothes that I need to leave out for maternity, like, and postpartum. I still have not fit back into my clothes that I was wearing previously, so this is probably the most difficult time of being postpartum, is when you don't fit into the clothes you had and you don't fit into the clothes that you wore during pregnancy. Oh, there's a baby on me and I'm patting his butt, so if you guys hear any extra noises, that's what that is. So anyways, so yeah, I am a little struggling in this area, and I can spend a full day of getting my house clean, and then the next day it literally seems like I have to start right back over, which is really frustrating. But one of the things that I feel like has helped is baby wearing. So I just wear him and he naps on me, and I will lay him down to like have some kind of playtime whenever he's awake. But for the most part, he's on me all day long. And then he is sleeping in his bed at night for the first part of the night, and then after that he's in my arms the rest of the night. So we are completely attached right now. So I just needed to really clean my house, like, sweep, mop, dust, and it got really, really good. And then, like I said, the very next day it was back bad again. So we hand wash all of our dishes, and sometimes this is frustrating, but I don't know that it would take any less time if we had a dishwasher. Maybe at night it would. I'm not really sure, but yeah, so we hand washed everything, and I was just trying to get the dishes done so that I could start on supper. And this is so cute. I love baby wearing because they get to look at you and you get to talk. And then also, we don't do a lot of tummy time like I did with my first two, but he is getting really good control over his head because of that. Now, I want to show you guys how I clean my white sink, my white farmhouse sink. It can easily get scuffed up really bad, especially when we use our cast iron skillets. It just leaves really bad black marks. So basically all I do is take some baking soda and some lemon essential oil, and I will spread that on there and like scrub it down and then let it sit for like 10 or 15 minutes while I do something else, and then I wipe it away. It doesn't come out perfectly, but it really does help a lot. And sometimes I've used a magic eraser, but I didn't this time, so this is a natural hack for that. So I am a YouTuber, and I also have a blog, and that's something that I've been working on. I've been doing YouTube for the past 6 years almost, and then I've been doing blogging for the past couple of years, and I took a course from Lisa from Farmhouse on Boone, and it's Create Your Own Blog. And I wanted to let you guys know that she is doing a Black Friday sale. If you've ever wanted to start your own blog or your own YouTube, you can use the code BlackFriday23 for $50 off of one of the courses, or if you wanted to do both of the courses, you could get $100 off the bundle. So you can find that link in the description box below, and I am an affiliate with her, so if you do end up using that link, I do get some money off of that. I do get paid from that, which is nice because I look at it as my business, and it's something that I can share with you guys, but also be able to bring in an income. Okay, so for supper this night, we had some shrimp and vegetables and rice, and it was absolutely delicious. Super easy too. And then I wanted to get my sourdough starter going because I wanted to make some, what did we make? Oh, we made donuts. So I wanted to make some donuts, and you have to get your sourdough starter fed so that it's nice and bubbly before you start cooking with it. And we have gotten back into the flow of homeschool, you guys, so this has been pretty nice. And what we do is we just sit around the kitchen table and just do whatever lessons that we're going. I am back in cooking mode, and with fall and winter coming, all of the warm, cozy meals are definitely coming to mind right now. So my kids and I and my husband love a good chicken pot pie. So I wanted to go ahead and make the pie crust and get it ready for the chicken pot pie. So this is like well in advance, probably around lunchtime or something. And you basically just put butter and some salt and some flour into a food processor, and then pour your water in there until it forms a ball. So I was going to make 4 pie crusts, 2 for the bottom because we make 2 chicken pot pies, and then 2 for the top. So I divided that into 2 and put them in the refrigerator. The next thing I'm doing is making some bone broth. So we raised and harvested our own chickens last year. We kept all of the bones. My husband and I spent time just taking all of our cuts that we wanted, and then we take the bones and we put them in a crock pot with some apple cider vinegar and some salt, and let them cook on low for 24 hours, and you have the most delicious golden bone broth. You can use it for cooking, you can use it just to drink and sip if you're sick. So it's a really great time to be making that. Alright, so my dad has been helping us renovate this area. This is going to be my butterfly and bee garden, and it is the time to plant bulbs. And I found these tulip, or not all tulips, but bulbs, flower bulbs at Aldi's for $4.99 a box, and it had 30 bulbs in it, which I thought was an amazing price. It's just a mixture of different colors, and I buried them around the tree. I have not been able to really get my hands in the dirt and come out there and do what I want to do, but basically we have plans to make a patio and a pergola and have a table out there so that we can sit and enjoy the flowers. But I have been Googling and getting on Pinterest for ideas for this area because I really want it to be laid out well. I don't want it to be super high maintenance, and I just want something for us to enjoy as we sit out there and have supper. Or I thought maybe we could do a swing out there so that we could just really enjoy God's creation and our hard work. So this is coming to mind, and I will share with you guys later in a video the plans that I have for it and keep you updated with how it goes. And then hopefully by next summer, you guys, we will have a beautiful butterfly and bee garden, as well as some fruit trees and fruit bushes and stuff, so that we can enjoy and we can share that with you guys and how we designed it and everything. Alright, so now we are back in here getting ready for supper. too many hands. Not enough hands and too many at the same time. So we are trying to roll out the dough. Now I have not got the hang of all of the pretty pie crusts. So basically I just roll it out, make sure that it's fitting in my pan, and this one shrunk a little bit too much and it ended up being on the inside too much, but I just put it into my cast iron pan and put them in the oven and cook the crust. And then while that's cooking, I am making my stuffing. So I just used some frozen vegetables because we don't have any fresh vegetables right now, and a 1/4 cup of flour. I used some broth from the chicken that I boiled earlier. Now my secret to a really good, delicious chicken pot pie is putting the chicken in from chicken legs or chicken wings, just whatever it is, it's on the bone and not just chicken breast. This makes the chicken so much more tender, and it is so delicious. And then you're getting all of the nice juices. And then when you are finished, you can use, I think it's like maybe a 1/4 cup of the broth that you boiled it in your chicken pot pie. So I put the broth in, the vegetables in, the chicken in, and a 1/4 cup of flour, and then I cook that and stir it until it's nice and thick, because you don't really want like a super runny chicken pot pie. You want to be able to like cut into it and everything come with it. So I boiled that and got that nice and thick, and then once that was done, I poured that into the empty pie crust, and then we rolled out the rest of the pie crusts and put those on top. See, you can tell that my pie crust didn't hold up very well, so I am perfecting that, but I need to share with you guys this recipe one day when I have the chance to like sit down and write it out and measure and all this stuff. So here is me trying to make a really pretty pie crust, and then I'm like, nope, not gonna happen. So I ended up cutting off the excess and just slicing it in the middle for some air holes so that the steam could come out, and yeah, popping that in the oven. This turned out really good, and it was so delicious. My family loves it, so yeah. And to know that it is healthy for us, like there's no extra ingredients. The pie crust only literally has 3 ingredients. It's so nice. Now, we've all come down with a cold. I feel like everybody in our community has it. It's basically just respiratory, like kind of like a cough and sneezing and stuff like that. So little man got it too, and what we are doing here is just using a nebulizer to let him breathe in some minerals. We use Quinton isotonic minerals in there, and it's basically like saline but better because he's getting the minerals in there. And then we used a little bit of colloidal silver that our doctor recommended, and he's doing much better now, and he doesn't seem to mind those treatments whenever he goes through them. It's just a really easy and non-invasive thing. Alright, so this is part of our homeschool. We are using that sourdough starter that I fed. You can kind of see the bubbles here. And we are making some sourdough donuts. Now I got this recipe from Farmhouse on Boone, and we love this recipe. It's really good. So I am taking the kids through this and allowing them to help me as part of their school. Start on low, walk it low. I also got this beautiful leather Bible. I'll put a link in the description box below, but it's a journaling Bible so that you can write in it as well. So pretty. But back to the donuts. So my son is learning his ABCs, and we wanted to learn the letter D for donut. And then my daughter is working on her math, and so we are learning measurements and things like that. So this was a fun way to teach them some things and to enjoy learning. We really don't do a whole lot of sit-down school. We have a couple of things that we do daily, but other than that, they are just learning as we go, and I am too. So I love getting the little ones involved. It's just so cute. And it can be very helpful. So these donuts, you roll them out and cut them out, and then we fried them up in some coconut oil. So yeah, they have lots of sugar on them, on the glazes, and so I would eat them in moderation, but overall they still have whole food ingredients in them, and it was really fun to make these with the kids. And yeah, my husband absolutely loved them. He said that they were better than any donut he's ever had. All right, you ready? Pick your donut.
I like this one.
Oh man.
Let's go gold.
What letter does donut start with, Micah?
Yeah.
What's the name of the letter? Alright, so now moving on to our homestead stuff. I have not touched the garden and since I've had this baby, which is understandable. So what we did is we put an electric fence around one section of the garden and let the ducks and the chickens just take over, and they've done an amazing job. Our field looks pretty rough right now, and our flowers look pretty rough right now. So what we decided to do is move the fence from one section of the garden to the flower garden and just let the chickens and ducks kind of eat the seeds from the flowers, and just, you know, clear that out as well. We've got a lot of plans for next year. We didn't do much this year just because I wasn't expecting to be pregnant, so I didn't plan for anything. So next year we plan on getting meat chickens again, maybe a couple of pigs to raise for pork. We really enjoyed that. We want to get more chickens to lay eggs, and I plan on sorry, baby noises. And I plan on doing more flowers and raising a flower garden for sale. So, oh yeah, and our cow, hopefully she is pregnant now. We are supposed to have her checked soon so that we know if she's pregnant and we can bring her home, and we will be milking a cow. And so, yeah, it's crazy to think of all the stuff that we are wanting to do next year, and so we are just trying to prep for that a little bit. Now, this chicken tractor that we made out of PVC pipe worked for our chickens, but it is falling apart now. It was falling apart after we moved it probably the 10th time, so I can't say that this is a great build to work with. We need something a little bit more sturdy, but I did like the fact that it was electric, so we had electric wire going around the top and the bottom, because we do not have guardian livestock dogs, so we needed something to protect them aside from just chicken wire. So we did electric wire, and it helped so much. We didn't lose any to any predators, so that was nice. So whatever build we do next year, it's gonna have to include the electric wire so that we can keep them safe. But this was just a family farm day, and we all got involved. The kids are learning to use power tools and how to be helpful, and yeah, so I ended up having to take a nursing break and just kind of watch my family as they tore apart this chicken tractor. But it was just a really fun quality time thing, and knowing that our kids are learning and helping out and becoming more responsible and respectful. It's just really nice, and I think that that's a lot that we can teach them here on the homestead. Alright, so later that night we had to have a quick, wholesome meal. So we ended up having some chili dogs and some fried potatoes, which turned out really good. So for my chili, I just sauteed some onions in some oil. We use avocado oil, and then I add in my ground beef and pour in some seasonings. I use chili powder, a little bit of cumin, and some salt. And we poured that over some, I think these were the Thousand Hills brand of grass-fed, organic, uncured beef dogs. And these are really, really good. So my husband eats lots of protein, and I'm trying to eat more protein, so we had a lot of them. Oh yes, you guys, I'm going to be writing this recipe up, but we made marshmallows. They are so good. So you take a cup of maple syrup and you put it in a pan, not in the bowl as you can see that I just did, and you heat it up to a soft boil, and I think that's like 225 degrees, something like that. And you put it in with some beef gelatin and water, and you put it in a mixer and just whip it on high for like 10 minutes, something like that, until you have like a stiff peak form, and then you spread it out, and it's so good. Now my whisk on my KitchenAid mixer broke in the middle of this, so I ended up having to use a handheld mixer, which is not as fast and doesn't go, it doesn't whip it as good. So anyways, but it still turned out really good. And then we cut these into squares and ate them on some Annie's organic graham crackers. So one day I'll have to make my own graham crackers as well. But oh my gosh, this is so good. Oh yeah, and you add in a little bit of vanilla extract and some salt. Like super easy. No high fructose corn syrup. They're super fluffy and they are delicious. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm so excited to be back into the homemaking mode on the homestead and all that stuff. So I will see you guys in the next video. If you're new here, be sure to hit subscribe, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.